Welcome back! In this episode, we'll discover a new time signature, new tempo, and continue working on expression. Look at the first new piece. Notice that there is a new time signature, 6/8, compound duple time. The top number tells you the number of beats in each bar, 6, and the bottom number tells you the type of note each beat is worth, in this case an eighth note or a quaver. So there are 6 quavers in a bar, or you could have 2 dotted crotchets in a bar, hence the name compound duple time, 2 groups of 3 quaver beats in each bar. Listen first to the rhythm played on the snare drum with the pulse, the 6 beats per bar, played on the wood blocks. Now you clap along with the snare drum. Ready? After a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a new tempo marking today, Largo. Largo is Italian for broadly, and in music, as a tempo, it means the same, broadly or slowly. Remember, technically, we're in compound duple time. That means 2 duple groups of 3. So a dotted crotchet, a single group of 3 quavers, equals 50 beats per minute. That would make each quaver 150 beats per minute. Let's put the same rhythm we've just clapped to the simple tune. Starting with the right hand on middle C, the melody moves up 5 steps to G, then down a step to F, down a step to E, down a step to D, up a step to E, same note, down a step to D, same note, and then up a step to E. Then we change to the left hand. So the left hand starts with finger 5 on an octave below middle C and does the same pattern. It moves up 5 steps to G, down a step to F, down a step to E, down a step to D, up a step to E, same note, down a step to D, same note, and then finally down a step to C. Listen and follow along. You'll hear the pulse played on the wood blocks with 6 counts before the melody begins. Let's play all the way through, starting with the right hand on middle C and the left hand on the C below middle C. So after a count of 6, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did you get on? Pause and rewind if you'd like a little more time to practice before we move on to the next piece. Listen to this little piece called Die kleinen Zimmerleute, the little carpenters. Follow along with the music and imagine 2 carpenters working in the workshop, hammering and sanding. Let's play through the right hand 2 lines. Notice the first bar is all staccato, short and detached. Aim to gradually build up the intensity from mezzo piano, moderately soft, crescendoing to mezzo forte, moderately loud, in the legato smoothly, next bar, and the same pattern of staccato and legato notes to the end. The right-hand melody is made up of staccato repeated notes, moves mostly by skips of thirds, a skip of a fifth, or steps. And in the last bar, there's a diminuendo, gradually getting softer. Ready to play the right hand, both lines, so right hand thumb on middle C. After a count of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did you manage? Pause and rewind if you need a little bit more time to practice the right hand, and see if you can aim to get all of the staccatos and the legatos, the crescendos and the diminuendo at the end. Let's play through the whole of the left hand. Notice the staccatos, followed by the crescendo to mezzo forte, moderately loud, where the legato playing is. And the legato playing in bar 6, staccatos back again in bar 7, and a diminuendo in bar 8, gradually getting softer. The left hand has skips of thirds and stepwise movement, and finally finishes on a tonic triad. Let's play the whole of the left hand together. You'll hear the right hand played to help you. So left hand finger 5 on C below middle C. After a count of 6, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did you get on with the left hand? Did you manage all of the articulation and the dynamics? Pause and rewind if you need just a little bit more time before we go on to putting the whole piece together. Are you ready to play both hands together? Aim for light, crisp staccatos, gradually getting louder at the crescendos, smooth legatos in bar 4, mezzo forte, and bar 6, forte, and back to mezzo piano in bar 7, and the diminuendo in bar 8 with the tonic triad. So ready? After a count of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did you get on? Did you manage all of the detail, the crescendos and the diminuendos and the articulation? Pause and rewind if you need a little more time to practice before we play one more time. Let's play through together again for the last time, but this time I've added some percussion. A triangle to start, plus temple blocks, plus maracas and a cabasa. You'll hear the triangle play 6 beats to bring you in. The percussion instruments are meant to illustrate the tools and the activities in the workshop. Listen for the triangle, which will count you in for 6. So ready? How did you get on? Pause and rewind if you need a little more practice. Now, you have a go playing in a special concert performance on your own, but with the percussion accompanying you. Aim to keep in time all the way through and play expressively. You will hear 6 beats played on the triangle to count you in. Ready? How did you get on? Did you enjoy that? Was it fun? It's quite an art playing with an accompaniment, but great practice. Pause and rewind if you want to have another go before we move on to our final piece for today's lesson. In the previous lesson, we learnt how to use an ostinato pattern. In the mill wheel turns, we have an ostinato pattern in the left hand. This piece is a little longer than 8 bars, 13 bars in total. Notice there are 2 bars solo introduction at the start played by the left hand, and the left hand plays piano softly throughout to represent the water wheel turning. The left hand ostinato pattern changes at bars 5 and bar 9, and there is a small change in the last 2 bars. Look closely at bar 10 and you can see a new sign, rit. This is short for ritenuto, to hold back or retain, or sometimes ritardando, to retard, again, to slow down. You'll hear the music getting slower from this point onwards. Imagine the miller has closed off the water supply to the wheel, and it gradually gets slower and slower as it loses momentum before finally coming to a stop in the final bar. The landscape painting is by the artist François Boucher, painted in 1755, and you can see it in the National Gallery in London. Listen first to the left hand. Now you play the left hand after a count of 2 dotted crotchets this time. Ready? 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a. Pause and rewind if you need a little bit more time to practice before we move on to the right hand. Let's learn the right hand. The melody needs to be projected or voiced a little bit louder, mezzo piano, moderately soft, than the left hand, piano, soft, and always played legato. Imagine the melody as the smooth, slow flowing river. Can you spot the triad in the right hand at the end, and also the tied dotted minims? We hold these on for a count of 12 quavers or 4 dotted crotchets. You'll hear the 2 bars of the left hand played to help you come in. Listen first. Now you play along. Listen for the 2 bars played in the left hand to count you in. Ready? How did you get on? Did you spot the dotted crotchet rest? This is equal to 3 quaver rests. Pause and rewind if you need a little more time to practice the melody in the right hand before we go on to putting it all together. Let's play both hands together. The left hand always legato but softer, piano, than the right hand melody, also legato but played a little louder, mezzo piano, moderately loud. Remember the ritardando or the ritenuto gradually getting slower from bar 10 onwards as the water wheel slowly comes to a stop. After 2 counts of 2, ready? 1 and 2 and. Well done! 3 new tunes, plus ensemble playing with percussion, a new time signature and a new sign, rit, short for ritenuto to retain or ritardando to retard, both meaning gradually getting slower, and the dotted crotchet rest. Go back and review anything you need to practice. Remember to like, subscribe, share and comment. Have fun practicing playing expressively, and I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, happy playing!